how he overcame this tragedy. The objective of Marc's speech is to persuade you to buy his book. And rumor has it there's going to be some available after the meeting. Please welcome Advanced Communicator Bronze Marc Richards with 6 Days, the Events That Transformed My Life. Marc Richards.
A little experiment for everyone. You ready? We've got a little experiment for everyone. Would you please take your hand, knuckles extended, and put them on the table, a firm surface. So you're pressing the knuckles against the firm surface. Now lift your hand just a little bit and extend your ring finger, and then press your knuckles back down on the table. Got it? Now, lift your ring finger. Can't do it, can you? That's what it feels like to not be able to move your legs. And that's how I feel every day. In fact, I don't even think about it. They just don't move. What I did was, in creating this book, was to document the personal experiences of myself as a real paraplegic. There are a lot of books that you can get on what it's like to be a paraplegic, how it happens, etc. But this book is a personal, day-to-day experience, an account of what I go through in very detailed fashion. Before I was paralyzed, I was a dad that had a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. I went to work every day. So here I am, without tripping on the wires. Here I am, go to work every day, come home, put my sweats on, roll on the ground with my son. He was 6 at the time. We had a lot of fun. I was chief information officer at my company. So that means that I was in charge of all the telephones and anything computer related, digital related in the company. We had 50 offices. It was a lot of fun. It was a career goal that I had achieved after many years of working with the company. And I did a lot of things that you do, perhaps. I went to the gym. I even went dancing with my wife on a regular basis. Learned how to do some really fancy Lindy Hop. And maybe one day I'll demonstrate it for you. Now, in 1998, in January, I had a grand mal seizure. What that means is that the brain goes haywire. All the circuits just start blinking, emergency, emergency. Like that beeping right now. Fellow Toastmasters, Miss Toastmaster and honored guests, the story of my life began 55 years ago, but it re-began, as you were saying, I had to reinvent myself because of what happened to me. What did happen? I overdosed on chemotherapy. You say, how could that possibly happen? Well, there's more details in the book, but what happened basically is that by overdosing on the chemo, my white blood cells attack the chemo to get rid of it, right? That's what white blood cells do. But they also ate away some of the coating on my spinal cord right around here. So everything from here down pretty much doesn't work. Everything above is just like normal. Again, more details in the book. But you say, well, what did you do about it? I went through rehab for 3 years, off and on. I went to 2 different hospitals for rehab. I learned how to walk after 5 years using long leg braces. And they said I couldn't do it. They said there's no point in your getting these braces, spending the time learning how to use them, because you're not going to be able to walk with them. I said, no, you just fit me for them. And I did. And I started walking 3 days a week. I walked in over 15 5Ks, which I had never participated in any kind of sporting event before. What I would do is I'd roll the 5K and then walk the last 100 feet. I even participated in walking the last 200 feet of 5 LA marathons in downtown LA. It was a lot of fun. And I joined Toastmasters 4 years ago. I wrote a book. I've done a lot of other things. My kids, it's really neat to hear what they have to say in the book about what their experiences were like growing up with a father who couldn't throw a ball. To hear what my wife has to say about what I'm like, because even though I can't dance with her, and it's in here, I have that emotion of positiveness, of powerful, optimism. And although I'm not a personal philanthropist, I have donated a lot of my time by volunteering in the Henry Mayo Hospital. I visited patients with my service dog. That was a lot of fun. Did that for about 2 years. And I've done other things like that, including volunteering and working for an organization called Triumph Foundation. And so I've done that. You say, okay, well, here I am in my life. I'm going about, I'm working consistently, and I really haven't taken time for myself. And by the way, I'm not working now, and I do take a lot of time for myself because my job is taking care of myself. I don't want to have my wife rely upon her services to get me through the day, if you will, or anybody else's. So what did I do? I went out and I just sought out the things that would make me happy. And just because I can't use the lower half of my body, after a few years, it just disappeared. I didn't even think about it anymore. I went out, and like I said, I did all these things. I even tried to talk my wife into learning how to dance again, using a wheelchair, a manual chair, of course, but she thought I'd roll over her toes, so I never have done that. I'll talk her into it one of these days. But it's in the book, so she's got to do it eventually. If you want a personalized copy of this, you can get it today for $10. I will sign it. If you go online to Amazon, you can get it as a Kindle. It's less money. If you like Kindles, that's a good thing to do. If you go to my website and you were to buy this book, it would cost you the same $10 plus shipping and tax. I'm not charging you the shipping and tax today. So you can get this book that shows how an average person, much like yourselves, fell into tragedy and overcame it as much as possible. It's over there. Just see me afterwards. And Madam Toastmaster, you are now back on board.